Hello everyone and welcome back to another video on my channel. In today's video we're going to do a watch me work on my daughter's hands. I am going to do a refill on her and a new summer design, so if this interests you, just keep on watching. So is this just you, I'm just wanting to know, is it picking?
For everything coming off?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like a chunk of the top coat was coming off, so then I picked at it.
So you must have scratched it. Yeah, there's, because...
I could have scratched it.
No, like if it gets, like if you're reaching in boxes and
yeah.
stocking shelves and that kind of thing. Now don't worry, I don't smack all my clients, just my daughter. So in this video today, you're going to hear some conversations between the two of us. There might be a little bit of swearing, but it's because there's a story being told, so I'll just forewarn you ahead of time. And let's just get started. So obviously the first thing I do is push the proximal nail fold back. And I do this as my first step just to lift the proximal nail fold up, so when I go to do the cuticle prep, I am able to get right on the nail plate to buff off or slough off, exfoliate off the cuticle that's stuck to the nail plate. Then I will go in with this carbide bit. This is a coarse orange crush from Atwood, just to take off the color and all the design. She had like seashell French, so she had Ugly Ducklings Emboss It gel on, which, and this is why I smacked her, is because she picked all the embossing gel off. And I totally forgot that I did her French, like a seashell look. And the embossing gel was gone. I'm like, wait a second, this doesn't look right. And with the medium grit sanding band, I will go in and take off the rest of the color that's close to the natural nail and any lifting there might be. And I didn't even hear Liam call Charlie a shithead. And then Charlie goes, Grandma, Liam said something bad to me. And I go, well, what was it? He called me a shithead. And then that's when I got my phone out and, you called me a shithead. No, you called me a shithead. No, you called me a shithead. No, you called me a shithead, and it went on.
And they feed off of each other.
Out of the mouth of babes, hey? As parents, I think my daughter's getting her karma. My daughter was telling me a story that Charlie had stubbed his foot or hurt his foot. When he did that, he bends over and grabs his toe. He goes, ouch, that effing hurts. And he actually said the word. And now as a grandparent, that's funny. But also as a grandparent, I'm thinking, okay, Mom and Dad, curb the swearing a little bit. You got to curb the swearing. These two kids are like sponges. They're going to pick up on everything you say. Now that all the color's off and the nails are almost prepped, I go in with my cuticle bits and do the cuticle work. The other cuticle bit I use is the Erica's Unicorn bit, and I have this in reverse at about 9,000 RPM, and this is the second step that I do to get the cuticle off the nail plate itself. Something new I started doing probably in the last 6 months is I will take my hand file. I'm using a 150 grit zebra file, and I'm going to get off any lifting that there might be that I couldn't get off with this sanding band, get any little shiny spots off near the cuticle area, and really define the shape, lift the nail up if it's curving down a little bit, and just sharpen everything up. I find when I do that, when it comes time to adding the builder gel, I'm not adding as much builder gel, and you will see that I don't add a lot of builder gel, especially at the free edge, because I don't need to. There's enough product there. The shape is already there. If I don't do this step, I'm filing forever once the builder gel is on and cured. So I found that this actually saves me about 20 minutes doing this. After I clean up all the dust, I will go in with my primer and prime only on the natural nail itself. Next, I go in with silicone thin base, and I actually put a bunch of the silicone thin base in the little sample bottles that you see there, and I use that brush. Now I didn't fill this one up, so I'm just using the brush in the pot. But I have 2 of those little sample bottles, and one is for using the base gel on pigments, and the other one is for this process here. And after a 1-minute cure of the silicone thin base, I go in with my diamond fiber, I do slip layer, and then I just take a very little dollop of gel, place it 2/3 up the nail, float the gel back towards the free edge, and then use the detailer brush to put the gel where I need it if it's not flowing fast enough. And I'm also using the Ugly Duckling Easy Peasy brush, and I absolutely love it. It took me a bit to get used to the thicker brush here, like this side here, the gel brush, because I'm used to using a shorter gel brush when applying builder gels, but now I don't even think anything of it. I think it's almost easier because you've got more brush to work with, if that makes any sense at all. It makes sense to me. And here you will see I will be alternating hands, so doing one finger, putting it in the lamp while I'm working on the other hand. And I find that works really well for me. I'm thinking I have 2 lamps, but I'm wondering if I can get away with 1 lamp because I do my nails like this where the hands are alternating. I'll have to rethink that once I need to replace my gel lamps. And I will cure the nails for about a minute to 2 minutes. It really depends. With alternating hands, I'm sure the gel is getting cured for almost 2 minutes in total. And after a full cure, I will wipe them with 99% alcohol. I found these in my drawer. They've been sitting in there for like probably 2017. Wow, it's 2025.
Yeah.
Like 2 years, that's 10 years. So I cut them in half. I had 2 boxes.
Oh my god, now you got nail wipes.
Normally in my Watch Me Works, I don't show the finish filing. This time I am, because I wanted you guys to know that with the amount of gel that I used or didn't use, my finish filing was minimal. I don't need to use my pink ceramic bit. Sometimes I will if I've applied it too thick, but in this case with my daughter's nails, all I did was use a hand file to do the finish filing and then a buffer, because the bulk of the gel that I used for the fill was where the apex is, and there wasn't much near the free edge, so not a whole lot of filing that needs to be done there, and it's just basically smoothing out the gel. I have not mastered the 100% smoothness with this technique, so you don't have to finish file, but I definitely am improving in my builder gel application. So after I finish file, remove all the dust, cleanse the nails, we are going to use On Vogue products. So I'm using Splish Splash lact, and I'm going to use Confidence lact in this design. And after a full cure of 1 minute with the first layer, I'm going to put a second layer on the pinky finger, as well as the middle finger and index finger. And after a full cure of 1 minute, I'm going to top coat a couple of the nails because I'm going to be doing some chrome and sugaring. So the nails that are done, I just want to put the top coat on and leave them alone. Now the index finger, I'm using a matte top coat because I'm doing a half French and sugaring on that. I want the color that's on there already to have a top coat on, and it needs to be a matte top coat. I can't sugar on top of wet top coat because that'll get all over the place, so you'll see. Just watch, you guys. Now that that top coat is fully cured, I'm going in on the middle finger with top coat and only curing for 30 seconds because I want to put a chrome pigment on. 30 seconds is the sweet spot I've found for most of my No Wipe top coats. I am using the I'm a No Wipe top coat from On Vogue, and once I burnish the chrome in, I have my daughter cure her hands for another 30 seconds, so at least that top coat is getting that full 60-second cure. Chrome I'm using is from Temu, and I featured that in my Temu haul. This is, I numbered this one number 1, so if you go back to look at that video, it's the first one I showed for the chrome pigments. And this one's got a blue tint to it, so I thought that would go well with the blue design she's got. Next, I will go in with my base coat, and I'm using Magic Gel's Silicone Thin Base, and this is the one I use for pigments, so I don't contaminate a brand new bottle. I do remove all the dust first and then put the base coat on. And you can also lightly file the sides and the sidewalls and the free edge, and then put the base coat on, and your chrome won't chip that way. And then I will do a full 1-minute cure. Now I'm going in with Wildflower's blooming gel, covering the whole nail, and I'm going to do a hibiscus flower. And as soon as the flower has bloomed the way you want it to, then I will do a cure while I'm working on the other hand. And after a 30-second cure, I will go in and just do the finishing touches of this flower. Now the blooming gel is already cured, which is good. I don't want this design to spread out at all. I want sharp dots. Sharp dots? Crisp dots. After the design is done, it will go in for a full 60-second cure. Then I will put a top coat on. I'm using the I'm a No Wipe Topcoat from On Vogue and curing for another minute. So this is the half French I'm talking about. So I'm only doing a French on this one side of the nail and at an angle. So I'm painting the color on, curing it for the full 1 minute. Then I'm going to take my liner brush and put the top coat on top of just the blue because this nail needs to be matte. And then I'm going to sugar the top coat before I cure it because that color needs a top coat on it. Because this design was half matte and half shiny, if you sugar on a wet surface, that glitter is going to stick and you're not going to be able to get it off before curing. So when I end up sugaring this nail, the glitter is only going to stick to the wet surface, not the cured top coat. Then after a full 1 minute cure, I will go in and just dust the rest of the pigment off or the glitter off, and the remainder just stays there. See how well I love this part. I love this part of sugaring. Next, I'm going to put a gem on the index finger. I'm using Ugly Duckling Stick It and a Swarovski crystal, curing for 1 minute. Then I'm going in with a matte top coat to surround the crystal, just to give it a little bit more strength so it doesn't pop off. And then after a full cure, here's the finished product. A very fun summer set, some florals, a little French, a little sugar, a little bling, and you have yourself a really pretty summer set of nails. So if you have any questions with this Watch Me Work, please put them in the comment section below. I'll do my best to answer your questions. Don't forget to follow me on all my social media. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this video, and we will see you all in the next one. Bye, guys.